There have been a lot of different designs of Dalek spaceship over the years. In fact, almost every appearance of a Dalek ship features a new design or variant, illustrating the wide variety of craft that the Daleks have used throughout their history. According to some accounts, Daleks adapted the technology for space travel from a Kratorian vessel that crashed on Skaro, and once the Dalek scientists discovered a means of combating metal fatigue, which had previously prevented them from leaving their atmosphere, they soon began making their own ships to spread out across the universe, conquering and destroying as they went. Most Dalek ships conform to a saucer-shaped design, reminiscent of flying saucers from 1950s science fiction movies, which were a staple of aggressive alien species in the 1960s. The first episode of Doctor Who to feature a Dalek ship was the Dalek Invasion of Earth, which included a distinctive saucer represented using a model and a full set. This episode has since received updated effects, which alters the design of the Dalek saucer to more closely match the design of the new series. The next notable Dalek craft we see is the Dalek Time Machine, colloquially referred to as a DARDIS, which uses a simple geometric facade on the outside and also features several design elements that are similar to that of a TARDIS, such as a central hexagonal control console and a dimensionally transcendental interior. Later Dalek time travel technology is shown to be much more primitive, raising questions as to where exactly the TARDIS fits into the overall Dalek timeline. However, some later Dalek ships also feature dimensionally transcendental and chameleon circuit technology. Throughout the 1970s, the Daleks would use several other ship designs, including the Supreme Council Dalek ship from Planet of the Daleks and the Dalek vessel that lands on Exelon in Death to the Daleks. Saucers can also be seen patrolling the Dalek City in the alternate future scenes of the special edition of Day of the Daleks. However, by the 1980s, the design philosophy of Dalek ships began to change. Resurrection of the Daleks depicts the Daleks travelling using a large battleship commanded by the Supreme Dalek, which is the first large Dalek ship to not use some variant of the saucer-shaped design. Similarly, Revelation of the Daleks shows the renegade Daleks using a small, sleek vessel with a yellow stripe to deliver their incursion force to the Tranquil Repose facility on Necros. Due to the fact that these two stories involve the Daleks on the back foot, scattered after the Mavellan War, and recovering from heavy losses, it is possible that the reason why these ships are so different to other Dalek craft is that they were not manufactured by Daleks at all, and were in fact stolen from other species. The Imperial Dalek faction manufactured their own style of spaceships that also deviate from the classic saucer design. The Imperial Dalek mothership and shuttlecraft seen in Remembrance of the Daleks instead uses a distinctive geometric pattern design, with the ships being made up of large segments. The mothership held a crew of 400 Imperial Daleks, and had weapons that were capable of eradicating Earth entirely. It is unknown if this design of ship was used by the wider Dalek Empire or if it was unique to the Imperial faction, but since the end of the Imperial Renegade Dalek Civil War, this design of spaceship has rarely been seen. The Daleks had switched back to using saucer-shaped ships by the time the Time War broke out, and several different models were used. The standard Dalek saucer held 2,000 Daleks, with a larger flagship variant holding many times that number. Some Dalek saucers were equipped with large hangars for deploying smaller Dalek patrol craft or for unleashing entire armies of individual Daleks en masse. Others had extremely destructive weapons, which could level cities and, with concentrated fire, reshape entire landmasses. Some Dalek ships were smaller, designed for patrol or recovery duties, and could be crewed by just a handful of Daleks. Dalek saucers were also equipped with boarding capabilities, allowing them to trap and capture enemy ships. Daleks used several other designs of ship during the Time War too, such as the Void Ship, a specialist ship used by the Cult of Skaro to escape the war entirely by hiding in the void between universes. According to the Doctor, the Daleks also returned several previously retired designs back to service, adapting ancient Dalek ships for new purposes. The Daleks amassed many fleets of saucers during the Time War, and combined their entire force into a massive fleet of 10 million ships to launch the final assault on Gallifrey. However, this fleet was destroyed by the Doctor, who transported the entire planet to safety, causing the Dalek ships to eradicate each other in their own crossfire. Following the Time War, the Daleks would rebuild and amass several more fleets, including the Emperor Dalek's fleet used to attack Earth in the year 200-100, the fleet of the Dalek Empire and the Medusa Cascade, and the Dalek Parliamentary fleet amassed by the new Dalek paradigm. However, all of these fleets were destroyed in various wars. Following the downfall of the new Dalek paradigm, the Daleks introduced a redesigned Dalek saucer that was used by Death Squad Daleks, but also saw use by standard Dalek battalions. This saucer design had powerful weapons, large hangars, and the ability to travel in time, though many ships of this class were lost during the Flux event, which saw millions of Daleks destroyed and yet another combined Dalek fleet annihilated. Over the years, there have been several distinct command vessels used by the Daleks, such as the Imperial Dalek mothership commanded by Davros during his time as Dalek Emperor, which was destroyed by the Hand of Omega. The Dalek Emperor, active during the Time War, also had a flagship that was similar in design to the standard Dalek saucer but much larger, as did the Dalek Inquisitor General Dalek X. The Dalek Emperor's flagship was assumed destroyed in the Time War, but survived and was later disintegrated by the godlike powers of Bad Wolf Rose. The Dalek Parliament was housed inside a similar-sized Dalek Mega Saucer, which was destroyed at the end of the Siege of Trenzalore by the 11th Doctor's regeneration. Daleks also used smaller ships too. During the Time War, Dalek fighter pods were deployed in several battles, including the fall of Arcadia on the last day of the Time War. These small fighter pods could be crewed by a small number of Daleks, and featured heavy weapons that could level cities and destroy enemy emplacements. What do you think of the various spaceship and time capsule designs used by the Daleks? Do you have a favourite Dalek saucer design? What other types of Dalek ships are there that weren't covered in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.